Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the 10,000. Today we have our usual cast of characters, Kim Anderson and Doug Hale.
Hey, good morning.
Paul is doing other things today, but I can bet 100% that he will be logging on at some point to dive in to see what we talked about today. So we have a special guest today. It is Michael Hall, who is our Director of Relocation Services. Hello, Michael.
Hey, Michael, yay.
Hey, Doug. Hey, everybody.
Yeah, welcome to the 10,000. This is our place where we gather with our it's our education department, but it's also a place where we gather and we're training up our agents. We always say like a 30-minute increment at a time towards 10,000 hours. That's what we believe it takes to become a pro in the craft, any craft, but in this instance, it's the craft of real estate. So today we're going to be talking about who Michael is, what kind of services he offers to 5-star real estate. I was making a note earlier that he basically has 3 areas that he focuses on: corporate referral and lead services, business development, and then lastly, networking, and what that looks for 5-star. And we're going to talk about a specific place in general, but I'm going to let Michael introduce himself and kind of tell us a little bit about what he does.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. So what I'm doing here with the company is I am taking the relocation department here and expanding it. So we've always had it. It's never really been something that's really been something that's super talked about or something that they've put a ton of effort into. But recently we decided that we wanted to take it to the next level. So in doing so, we've expanded some of the areas that we've been working in. So I'm starting to do a little bit more networking with some of our relocation management companies to expand more of the corporate relocation side of things. And then also, so a huge part of that is the networking aspect. We also are going to be doing some more, so the referrals with different brokers and doing some broker to broker referrals, and then also kind of the core of what we want to talk about today is the lead generation platforms, and most specifically the OpCity platform. And so we're going to just kind of dive into what it is and the historical aspect of it, what we've always done, and sort of what their algorithms are looking for, and how we can make OpCity a success for the company here.
Yeah. I don't know about you guys, Doug and Kim, but I've heard the word OpCity off. In fact, just recently, one of our agents, I remember Chelsea Jameson had said to me, "Oh, I got this lead from OpCity." I was like, "What is OpCity?" So it was kind of a buzzword I heard a number of months ago. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, I don't know much about it. I think it's part of realtor.com, but so I'm really interested in learning today.
Michael, get us smarter, Michael. We'd all ask questions.
He's like, yeah, you all need it.
We all need it.
So tell us about OpCity, the benefits of OpCity, why it's here at 5-star Real Estate, and how our agents can benefit from that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so what it is most specifically is, so realtor.com has got a portal, this program that they use to get all of the customers that land on their websites that are looking for more information about properties, specifically looking to get in touch with a realtor, or just generic more information questions about the real estate market or anything to do with real estate. What they do is they click a little link that says, "Get me in touch with somebody." And then from there, they go into this call center that they actually are screening. So realtor.com actually screens the leads and only sends the people out that are qualified and are motivated to do real estate transactions. So while they have them on the phone at this call center, they actually are sending out a ping to the agents that are part of the broker portals. And so specifically with 5-star, we've got all of the state of Michigan. So the Upper Peninsula all the way down to the Indiana-Ohio border. So we cover obviously our company covers all that area. So we wanted to make sure that the OpCity portal reflected our actual coverage areas. So while they're on the phone, while the client is on the phone with this call center, they send out the ping, and the first person to respond to that ping, the notification on your phone or however you receive the notifications, wins the listing. And they will do an actual live handoff through the call center so the client is actually handed off via a phone call to the agent who wins the lead.
So what I like about what you just said is this is a race. So if you're a competitive person, this is where you get in, right? It's like when you were a kid, you were listening to the radio and it was like, I'll take the 10th caller to win the blah, blah, blah album. So when this ping goes out, literally, it's all hands on deck, right?
Yeah, so it goes out to the most qualified person first, and if they don't respond within, I don't know what the exact time frame is, but if they don't respond within 10-15 seconds, then it's sent out to the second, and then the third, and then the fourth, and then the first person to actually accept the lead wins that lead and converts it over, and they get the phone call from OpCity with a live introduction to the client.
So I have a question. What makes me the most qualified agent?
I was thinking that same thing, Kim.
Yeah, how's it get me on that list?
How do I get to be number one?
All right. So essentially what it is there is in the portal, I'm actually going to pull it up so I don't mess this up here, but there are several different qualifications. So you set your primary zip code of where you're serviced, and then you set your diameter or your radius of how far out you want to go from that zip code. So they match based on location, and then you can also put in the price range of who you want to, the type of client that you want to service. So you can do, unknowns, under 100,000 up to, they have different categories all the way up to $1 million plus. Then there's client types. You can work with buyers and sellers, buyers or just sellers, and then any type of property as well. So there's all these different specifications that you put in for your profile. And then, so as you start moving through the program and you start to receive more leads, talk to more leads, convert them over, pen them, as you go through the whole process, all these different categories start to unlock. And so you've got this overall OpCity score, and that's how you start to get more qualified for these clients, is based on your score.
Gotcha.
So if I'm closing some of the deals, then my score is going to go up if I'm converting them.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. But when we first set you up in the profile and the portal, OpCity knows that you're going to get screwed over if you don't have any closing. So they look at your profile and they say, okay, so this is a new emerging agent. So we're going to take the closing deals out of it for the algorithm, for the matching. So they've got these built-in categories that kind of expand as you go out and get more qualified as you grow.
So I have one more question. Does OpCity do any pre-qualification at all, or is it just raw comes to me? Because we're having one conversation, then we're passing it off and merging them with an agent. So is there any criteria that makes the buyer or seller more qualified?
Yeah, I've got some more information on that. OpCity actually puts out these training videos, and you can become, I believe there's some sort of a certification that you can do for them as you go through some of these trainings. That being said, I know that they do talk about it with the homeowner, and I think it's an honors system for the pre-approval and pre-qualification. They just ask the question. But I don't think they do any sort of verification of said pre-approval.
Okay, that's helpful. Sure.
But that's something that we can do because we are the experts. So once they get us in touch with the client, Tracy, you were just telling me about one of your team members that's working with a client right now with them that I don't know if you want to elaborate specifically because you had talked with them, but
yeah, I mean, it was just a lead came through last night. On the OpCity app. Quentin was the winner of this lead. He got in touch with the client right away, had a great conversation with them, and there was not pre-approval done yet. The client was interested in speaking to somebody right away. So all this happened literally like in a 20-minute, time span that they spoke to the lender. And then the lender just turned and offered the best advice that he could. Hey, I think it's 60 days. You need to do 1, 2, and 3. Then you're going to be exactly where you need to be. Quentin is gone and made some follow-up notes that, hey, in 60 days, we're going to follow up. And so there's that fostering of the lead that comes too, because not everybody converts right on day one. Some will, but not all will. But at the end of the day, it's a lead. It's a bona fide buyer, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, so I guess one of my other questions, I don't know when you want to transition to this, but getting paid. How do you have to buy into this? Is it just a percentage? How does that work when an agent picks up an OpCity lead?
Yep. So I'm sure many of you guys are aware how Zillow works. Zillow is a pay-to-play type of a platform. OpCity actually has flipped the script on that. There's zero buy-in for this. So what you do is what I would do is I would send out the invite to you, and then you fill out your profile, go through the steps to get that completed, and then you start receiving leads. So the way that OpCity gets paid is only on a referral basis. So based on the sale price, it depends. So there's I think there's 2 or 3 different tiers for it. I know below 150,000 sale price is a 30% referral fee, and above 150 is a 35% referral fee. And that's it. That's all you pay. And it's paid at closing.
And they don't get paid until you get paid, right?
Correct.
That happens with the closing. Okay.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, so everyone's motivated. Everybody's motivated, right? You're motivated
Right.
because you've gotten a lead that you wouldn't have got if it wasn't for 5-Star offering this program to their agents. And your job is to foster the lead. And I think, so Paul and Greg, and you can kind of talk about Relo a little bit. This is a great time to talk about like typically how Relo works and what do the splits look like on a typical Relo versus this kind of a split that comes from our relocation department from 5-Star Real Estate, and what Paul and Greg have kind of offered to our agents, the difference.
Yeah, so when we talk about anything that comes through our department, typically speaking, if it's a corporate relocation or if it's a broker to broker referral, that would not have come to us if it wasn't for our relocation department. We charge a 10% 5-star fee. So there's a relocation department fee of 10% that goes back directly to us, and that basically just helps us grow to get us more business in the future. So one thing that we wanted to make sure is, because of the way that these leads are coming in, we want this to be a tool for success for the agents. So all the new to industry agents, this is where you can excel, is if you get part of this program. There's no fees other than the referral fee. So it's processed at your normal contract. There's no 5-star reload department fee. This is something that we want to see, because we want you to be successful. So we want this to be something that you put in your tool belt of a way that you can grow your business. So then
what you're saying, what's different about this, because when I did relocation in the past for companies, you had to have so much experience. So I just want to make sure we hear you saying, as a new to industry agent, we have this platform available for you to get some leads and get started.
That's exactly right. Yep. So in an effort to be the most supportive brokerage on the planet, that's one of these tools that we give you guys, that we want you to be successful. So this is one of the ways that we're going to help you be successful.
Yep. Now, Michael, how can Star Title play a piece of this? I think I had heard Paul and Greg talk about this, and I'm wondering what you might have to say about that.
Yeah, so Star Title is amazing. Their ability to process title is one of the best in the industry. So we want you to be part of that. So as these leads are coming in, if we could just have you guys help, so we're going to help you grow. If you could help our company grow just by utilizing the programs that we have, and Star Title is one of those programs. So if it's something that works for you, and you're able to get that over to Star Title, that would be just an amazing reciprocation of the lead here.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yep, I like that. So working together. So you're
Yep.
getting the lead for free. And if we could keep the title work in-house and allow Star Title to assist in that closing would just be just a nice thank you back to Greg and Paul and to the company for the recipient of that lead. So
What a
thank
great
you.
partnership,
Exactly.
right? What a great fit.
Yep.
Yep.
Can you maybe talk about like some of the successes? Like what are you seeing and like in terms of the numbers and how this program is rolling out versus, 6 months ago or a year ago?
Yeah, so we actually first started this program in 2017, and I don't know exactly when it was in 2017 that we started, but we started out the whole year having 3 leads. Okay. Since then we've grown, and I dug into some of the numbers a little bit more this morning and found a few extras that had come in that I wasn't aware of. So 2018, 75 leads, 2019, 128 leads, 2020, it dropped just because of everything that happened down to 81. But you're never going to believe how many we've gotten already this year. Compared to 2020 of having only 81, we're at 210 leads so far this year.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice.
So it's really just a numbers game. So we want the way that their algorithms work and the way that their systems work, the more people within our company that do this program, the more chances we have of taking these leads from our competition. So
Right.
that's where people are going. People are going to the Zillows and the Realtor.coms. So we might as well be part of it. We might as well be capturing those leads because they're going to go somewhere. It's not stopping. We are going to have to adapt to it. So that's where I see a lot of these leads coming from, and it's amazing that we're at over 200 already this year. Historically, the closing rates are 2018 2 closings, 2019 2 closings, 2020 we only had 1 closing, but we're already 3 closings deep this year. We have a 4th closing today, and there's 4 under contract that are going to be closing shortly. So the closing ratio is going up, the amount of leads that we're receiving is going up, and it's just by what you guys are doing. All the agents that we've added are just killing it. They are, I added an agent back in March. I think I signed her up at 2:15 that day in the afternoon. By 2:30, she had her first lead. I mean, how cool is that?
Yeah.
And she now has over 40 leads in her portal right now that are active. So
Right.
What I like about it is that you're not having to sit on floor time, which a lot of traditional brokers have at 5-star. We don't have floor time because our signs are branded to you, the agent. So we receive very few random calls. So what I like about this is you're not sitting on floor time, but you better be fast on your phone, right? Because we know that consumers will keep dialing. So it's really important just to get a person, answer the phone, even if you're busy, get as much as you can, connect. So I always say, get them to stop dialing. The other thing
oh, go ahead.
The other thing is that there's no out of pocket, especially for a new agent getting into this industry. You're not spending $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 a month on leads. So it really is just a huge pro, right?
Yeah.
Yep. And another pro, what's really cool is the fact that, everybody needs to disconnect every once in a while, right? We don't want to get burnt out. We don't want to always be on our phone trying to make sure that we always are converting these leads. So they've built in a tool to this portal that you snooze your leads. So you just hit snooze and it turns them off. So if you want to go on vacation for a week, you don't have to worry about it penalizing you for not responding, or you don't have to worry about responding while you're on vacation. You can turn them off and it's not going to hurt your score.
Yeah, that's the thing, because you have this running score going. And I can tell you that on 4th of July day, I'm a Zillow participant. And on 4th of July day, do you know that I'm out at a boat parade on the lake? and what's happening, but a Zillow call is coming through. And that's a paid call that I paid for that I just lost, right?
Yes.
And
Right.
that it just kills you. And so now guess what? You can go out to dinner in the evening and you just turn that app off. You can confidently go out with your friends, take a vacation and not feel like it hurts you, because in this scenario, that score is a defining factor of, you know, how you're doing. That's your grade. So I like the freedom that you have within it to just put a pause on it.
Mhm.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, good. Well, Michael, tell me how, you know, agents at 5-star can participate, that can get involved. What should they do?
Get a hold of me. You can call, text, Facebook message me. I mean, whatever means that it takes to get a hold of me. Let me know you want to be part of it. And basically all I need is your email address, and then I'll send the invite out to you. You fill out the profile questions and you'll be up and running. It's as
So
simple as
it
that.
sounds-
is your email michael@fivestarleaders.com?
That's it.
Because
Yep.
we've had somebody ask about that. So if
Yeah.
you want to participate, email him or Facebook him, call him,
Yep.
but michael@fivestarleaders.com.
Yep.
And we can
And my
type,
cell-
that into the comments too.
Yep. And feel free to give my cell out to my cell. If you want to text me, that's usually the best way to reach me is text. And so my cell is, well, we can put that in the,
I'll put it in right now. What is it, 269?
it's 231-250-2733.
And then
And it's-
michael@fivestarleaders.com.
It sounds like Tia, you might be the first call that he gets today. I saw she said, sign me up.
He is there. Sign me up. I saw it.
Yeah, I'll just apologize in advance for the fact that your phone might blow up, but
That's okay.
but at either rate, thank you for just taking the time to introduce this program to our agent community, and especially our new to industry agents as they're getting started and trying to just navigate their way through learning how to grow a business. But the best way to grow a business is one transaction at a time, one client at a time. And at the end of the day, that's another client that becomes a referral opportunity for you. And so I really like that. Thanks for introducing the connection, 5-Star Real Estate and Star Title. And if we can have those leads convert to pendings, which convert to closings, and have Star Title play a piece of that, that would be ideal for the success, not only of 5-Star, but of Star Title. And let's get those leads. They're out there. The buyers are out there, and someone's going to get the leads. I think that the best broker on the planet and our agent community should be the ones that get those leads. So,
And these leads
Anyway.
are growing every day, right? Those numbers keep going up, as you said, Michael. They're not going away, right?
No, they're here to stay.
They're here to
Yep.
stay. So we want them coming this way.
well, terrific. Well, Michael, thank you for your time. And Kim and Doug, thank you for being here. And until next week at 10 a.m. when we reconvene, have a great week and get those leads and download that app. Thank you, Michael.
Let's go.
Thank you.
Not
Have a
problem.
great day,
Thanks for having me on.
Thank
See
you,
ya.
everybody.
Bye-bye.